Hi everybody, welcome to the Hamilton County Television Sports Show. Special edition today. We're joined by Hamilton Southeastern Royals, Lady Royals head basketball coach Brian Satterfield. Coach, the leaves are coming off the trees, they're coming all kinds of pretty colors, so that means one thing, basketball is on its way.
Hey, you don't have to remind me about the leaves. I looked in my backyard last night and I'm like, I need to go out there and start raking and cleaning and doing all that fun stuff. So I'm not too excited about that, but I am excited about basketball.
Well, tell us what's exciting you about the season this year.
Well, first of all, you're excited because we got some players playing at the next level. Three of our girls are playing at the next level. One's playing golf at the next level. So from that standpoint, we're losing quite a bit. But we're going to be young. But I know that we love the nucleus that we have, and we're just trying to build on it. And we did a lot of things this off season. It was a good spring, a good summer, but I think this fall's been really good from a standpoint of trying to build some of that chemistry. It was fun. We went out to the Agri Park a couple weeks ago and just did a whole team volunteer activity. And the people there loved it, and our team had fun just getting out there doing some of that type of stuff. Then we took our varsity group, went to the escape room, had divided them into two teams and just had a little competition with it. So we've been trying to do some of that type of stuff just to build. You've got a new group coming in. Again, we've got 6 lettermen back, but only really 2 of them really had a lot of minutes from last year. And so we're still trying to build all that. It's been a good start so far, but until you get in there and start playing in the real games and the lights come on, it's always interesting to see just where you're at.
It does make a difference. Well, let's talk about your graduates from last year. You got some talent out there that's playing in some pretty impressive places.
Yeah, Riley, start out with Riley. Her and O both were on the All-Star team. Unfortunately, O had the injury and wasn't able to play, but Riley's at Butler, and I know they had their little scrimmage and all that type of stuff that got started this past week, so it's great to see what she's doing and trying to get there. O still coming off that injury, hasn't got cleared yet, so we're hoping that when she does and what she was able to do for us, both of them, and getting that honor, being able to being up there from the All-Star, that standpoint is exciting. Just looking forward to see what they can do. And then Tegan Akers, she's playing at Huntington, and I know it's been interesting to see what she's done and what their coach says about her. But also I just see her coming back when she comes back, jumping in here. She gets on her gun and just shoots, and the percentages that she's doing, so it's exciting to see what we got there. And then the other 3 that we had last year, they were all integral parts, trying to build that great chemistry that we had.
So you lost a lot of senior talent, but from what I've seen, number one, what you have returning is very good. What you have coming in is looking really good too.
Yeah, we're definitely excited. The 3 that we got 6 lettermen, but the 3 that got the most varsity minutes, Maya Kennedy and Kayla, they're going to be our nucleus. And of course, Maya committing to IU, it's well deserved. And what she does is all the work that she puts in and stuff that she does behind the scenes, a lot of people don't see. It's tremendous. Every time it seems like I come in, whether it's morning, evening, whatever the case, half the time I run into her, she's just putting in the work, trying to do some things. And one comment that it's always, you hear people talk about doing certain things, and she even talks about stuff that, a lot of kids at high school, they want to go do certain things and have fun. She's willing to sacrifice having some of that fun to put in the time to be able to do what she needs to do to try and reach some of her goals. And I think that says a lot about her and what she's trying to do, her goals that she has for herself and she has for us as a team. And I think that's something special. And then you got Kennedy. Last year, it took her a while to get into the flow and get a good feel, but you could really see her progress as the year went along. You think about it, even as we went through that section week, she was one of the players that were out there, was doing some stuff and trying to create some things. And I think this year we see that, her being that floor general, that leader, being able to create things offensively, but also try to be out there and sort of do what O did for us last year. Be that person that's out there trying to create some havoc defensively and trying see if we can use that defense to create some offense for us. And then Kayla Stidham was the other one that got some minutes a little bit, not a lot, probably as many as she wants, but I think she's ready to take that big step this year and trying to do some things. And last year she was purely a shooter, but she's added more to her offensive game and really trying to improve both ends of the field.
You know, I think you and I have got one thing really in common when it comes down to sports. And from an announcer standpoint, and I know from a coach's standpoint, from your standpoint, to me, being able to watch these kids develop and watch them start as freshmen and just develop into the players they develop into is just, it's a phenomenal experience.
Oh yeah, I mean, you can see, where Maya was her freshman year to where she is. You can see already the jump that Kennedy and Kayla have started to make, and I mean, that's for all of them. And I mean, you see where Maya is at from where she was purely a shooter, would like to drive it, mainly going right her freshman year. And to see where she's doing, and I think people are going to be, when they see what she's able to do at the offensive end and how she's really progressed, but also some things defensively, but you can say that for all of them. And some of the other players that we have come up, you can see what they've done to really improve in a time that everybody's trying to put in. I mean, yes, we got some time that we do here, but there's also, they all go out there and work on their own. They work well with trainers, but all that type of stuff. But you can see that people are willing to put in the time to try and improve themselves.
Well, they also have to do their schoolwork too.
They have to do that, and they know if they don't put in their own time to improve themselves, that somebody's probably going to pass them up too.
Mm-hmm. Let's talk a little bit about the season coming up. You'll open up coming up this weekend, going over to, I believe, Ben Davis, if I'm correct.
We're heading to Ben Davis this Saturday. So yeah, I mean, they had a rough start for their first game. They played crosstown rival Fishers, and Fishers played really well and did a nice job in that game with them. But they're young. I know last year we played them. They had an all-star on their team, had a little bit of size, but as I watched the other day, they started 4 sophomores and 1 senior. So I mean, they're going to be young this year. I think coach is trying to get them to get acclimated and get everything figured out. But I mean, it'll be a good test for us. I mean, what I'm curious to see, because with us having a younger team, sometimes you always have to try and figure out how you go through some adversity. I think this will be a good test for us, just because you've got a big rivalry football game going Friday night. And I think a lot of our girls are going to be going to that game. If they go to that game, exert different energy and different types of stuff, how are they going to handle getting up and doing all that type of stuff after a big week of practice? So, I mean, it's something we've already talked about, but I mean, trying to get up and the bus is leaving at 9 a.m. in the morning and all that type of stuff. Our first game, the first time lights go on for some of them. So it's going to be interesting just to see how they go. But I mean, it'll be a great test for us as coaches to get a feel for how some of that goes, so as we know what to do as we move forward.
Well, even though with Ben Davis, they are in the midst or starting what by their standards, what you could probably call an off season, but they've still got an all-star coach.
Oh yes,
makes so much difference. Talk a little bit about their coach.
Stan. I mean, the one thing is I mean, sure, he was coaching back, getting ready to start coaching when I was still in high school, and just being over there and what he's been able to do and he's done it at multiple schools, which says a lot about his ability and what he's able to do. But you can just tell what he does, the command that he has for him, and what he does in trying to get their style of play. You can see, as watching the other day, with them being young, just as I'm sitting there watching the game, you can see him get a little frustrated because you could tell there were certain things that he had wanted them to do, and you could tell they weren't doing it there. But as a veteran coach as he is, he's going to go back, he's going to show them tape, they're going to break it down, and as the season progresses, they're going to get a lot better. For us, I probably feel fortunate that we're playing them early instead of later, just because of that fact.
Yeah. Talk about the seniors on your team this year.
This year, I mean, it's a lot of years we've had 4 or 5 last year. We had 6 seniors. This year we only have 2. And both of them, I mean, didn't get a whole lot of varsity, didn't even dress varsity last year. But I think this year, as we've seen things progress, I mean, they're going to have a vital part for what we do. I mean, the first one, Hannah Wade, she is the ultimate leader. She comes in, she does things the right way. She's always asking questions to make sure that she's right there. I mean, she's sort of an extension of our coaching staff. I mean, she's out there helping all the girls and knowing what they're trying to do, and whether it's in the weight room, classroom to go on top of that. I mean, she's got a 4.7 GPA, which is not too bad. But
I'd take that.
yeah, I think I would too. So I mean, but what she does, and she is just a true leader from that sort. And then the other one, I mean, Zoe Lawless. I mean, she's coming in, and we had a good heart-to-heart at the end of the year last year, and she started to make some progress. But this fall, the light switch went on. I mean, it's been interesting to see her growth. We always knew she had the ability, but you can see the strides that she's making right now. And she's going to be, because of what she's done here, especially this fall, building on what she started, she's inserted into the starting lineup. So she's going to be in the starting lineup come Saturday. So she's just starting to bring that energy. I think she's starting to feel a bit more comfortable. You can see a little bit of her coming out, and she's just being out there playing, which is great to see. And I think that's what we're trying to get out of all of them. Some of the girls that don't have that confidence or all that varsity experience, trying to get them to feel that way as well.
Well, one person can't do it all. So talk a little bit about your coaching staff.
I mean, I'm very fortunate. I mean, to have the people that I have around me. I mean, that's one thing that, as any time that you look at it, it's not. I mean, the players always do everything. The coaches help. You got a coaching staff that surrounds you to be able to help get things set up so the players, when they get out there, hopefully they're running a show and they're coaching themselves. But for me, I mean, Coach Weaver, I mean, he's a true mentor. I did it for 20 plus years and then came over here and then started working with him. And you've always been around a lot of people and all that type of stuff, but I always say he's probably forgotten more than I have. I mean, it's been great just for me to sort of he helps sort of revitalize me, and he also makes me sort of take a step back and try and rethink some of the stuff that we're doing, how we're doing it, that type of stuff, which has been valuable for me as a coach. But I mean, he's been a high school coach, he's been a college coach, he's helped with the fever, all that type of stuff, and just on top of that, him having all the connections that he has, which is great for our girls to be able to try and reach people and get connections for the next level. From that standpoint, I mean, it's been good. And what he does with the girls, I mean, he's always out there trying to work with them, do some different things, trying to pick their brain, trying to help build their confidence. And he's just a true mentor for all of them. And then one that we added this year, Lisa Holman, she's been one that our daughters have played together since they were in 3rd grade. Starting in 4th grade, we sort of were coaching and working with some of them till they came all the way up. When I got hired, she was one of the first people I reached out to, but things weren't going to work out with her schedule and everything. And this year was the first year that we finally got it worked out where she's joined the staff, and she played at Oregon during her college days and was a tremendous player there. And I mean, she's really done a nice job stepping in, getting familiar with the players, and just what she does with the relationship with the girls as well has been tremendous. And then Andy and Katie, I mean, they come in. I mean, the one thing that they do, they're great at relationship building with the players as well. And it's been great just to see our coaching staff mesh, work together, but also trying to get that out to our players and just try to give them the best experience possible.
Well, we'll start early into the HCC conference this year, and everything I'm seeing, Coach, and talking to people like Perry and others, it's going to be a wide open conference this year. It's going to be, wow, it's going to be a killer again.
It's going to be another tough year, another dogfight as you're going through, just because, I mean, you look at what we have, and what I love about the conference is it's not just our sport, but I think it's, you're looking at about all your sports. I mean, you're seeing how it's doing, what it's doing, especially here in the fall season. And from a basketball standpoint, the same thing there. We're all sectional because our sections, majority of it's our conference, so you got all of that type of stuff. And just trying to deal with the competition, trying to deal with how good everybody keeps getting. But the best thing is our conference, I think, helps us and all of our other conference teams help get prepared as we get ready for this.
Well, Coach, congratulations on a great season last year. Hopefully it'll be another great season this year, and we appreciate your time. And we'd like to thank you for watching the Hamilton County Television Sports Show, brought to you by Logan Street Signs and Banners in Noblesville. I'm Brad Silbert. Good day.